What up, y'all? Welcome to the YouTube channel, Real Advantage Productions. I go by Paz B. Two great things about me: I'm a cool guy, number one. Number two, I stand by what I say. I try to do what I say I'm going to do. Dependable. I'm a dependable dude. That's number two. Like I said, I'm Paz B. This is Real Advantage Productions. And I got something I want to talk to y'all about today. Let's get into it. I want to talk about Candace Owens getting sued by the First Lady of France. The First Lady of France. I believe her name is Brigitte Macron. She's suing for a lot of things. I think defamation, because Candace Owens is claiming that the First Lady of France was born a man. So the President of France is married to a man, basically. It's what Candace Owens has been saying. And there's actually a lawsuit. Well, she's doubling down. She's not scared. She's not scared of the lawsuit. And she claims that this woman was born a man. And she's saying, like, for the last 30 years, this woman disappeared out of thin air. But she's saying, she's like, show me pictures before 30 years ago. Show me pictures when you were a child. Show me pictures, when you were younger. Things of that nature. I just can't wrap my head around the president of a nation, president of France. France is supposed to be a good country, a very prestigious, a very great country, almost close to equal to America. I mean, it's Paris, France. That's a tourist destination. So the leader of France, the president of France, this is a successful man, high value man, and he's married to a man. The best he can do for a woman is to find a woman that was born a guy. And apparently this has been going on for over a year. They say Candace Owens did a whole series on her podcast, the Candace Owens podcast. She's done a whole series, and she calls the series Becoming Brigitte. Because, at first she said it was a man and changed her name to Brigitte, but it's kind of funny, right? Becoming Brigitte. But Becoming Brigitte, she did a whole series on it. I haven't watched the whole series, but I followed the thing about the lawsuit. Candace says that apparently the Brigitte had a brother, but she's saying basically Brigitte was the brother, and she's saying the brother has disappeared or hasn't been seen by anyone. Nobody can prove that the brother is alive, and she's asking Brigitte, well, produce your brother, because Candace saying that you are the brother, but she's saying produce your brother, show that the brother is alive. And Brigitte hasn't done that. There's a lot of different ways to prove that you're a woman. And Candace is saying this woman has not proven that she's a woman. She said, show me pictures of your childhood. Also, Brigitte is a mother. Brigitte is a mother. She has children. Apparently she has like 3 children. And Candace is saying, well, show me, prove to me that you gave birth to these children. Prove to me you gave birth to these children. Let me see some pictures of you holding your babies when you were, when they were young, and the mother and things of that nature. Show me pictures from 30 years ago. This woman, Brigitte, is somewhere between 60 and 70 years old. She's somewhere between 60 and 70 years old. She's not a young woman today. What I find interesting, and of course we're talking about a top tier gentleman and the president of France, the president of the whole country of France, a top tier gentleman. His wife is, what is a fact, which is not in dispute, the wife is a lot older than he is. Brigitte is about 20 years older than her husband. And, I just found it odd because, a top tier rich gentleman, powerful man, rich. The best he can do for a woman is to find someone that's 20 or more years older than he is. But yeah. So she's a lot older than he is. Also, what is not in dispute is the origins of their relationship. And this has been put out by the Macrons. Apparently, they had a relationship dating back to when the president was 15 years old, a 15-year-old high school student. And I guess this Brigitte woman was like a teacher. As I understand it, she was like a teacher, and they had a relationship. They were boyfriend and girlfriend. She was 39 and he was 15. He was 15, she was 39, and they were boyfriend and girlfriend. They had a relationship. And it was so disturbing that his parents, the president's, President Macron's parents, actually took him out of the school. So there are some weird things with the story. It hasn't been proven that she was born a man, but only thing that's funny to me is I think it's easy to prove that you are a woman. I think it's easy to prove whether or not you were born a woman or born a man, and I think it's easy to prove whether or not you are a woman or not. So I don't think it should go that far. And apparently this thing's been going on. Candace Owens been calling her a man for over a year now, and she's been asking her to provide evidence. And, for example, if someone was to say, I was a woman, or I was born a woman or something like that, it would be very easy for me to say no. I can show, of course I can show my birth certificate. I can, my parents can say that's something. There's a lot of people, I do have pictures of when I was a child. I do have yearbook pictures and things of that nature. There's been girlfriends that have been with me, that can say that. A lot of witnesses can say that. So yeah, it would be easy for me to prove that I'm actually a man, and I think it should be easy for her to prove that she's a woman. I don't know. What do you think? How hard is it to prove that a girl is a girl?